Horror icons have been around with us for multiple generations, spanning multiple sequels, remakes, prequels, and not only that, having a large variety of physical media. It is very, very profitable in the horror market. However, the one area that it really never picks up is video games. I mean, sure, they've appeared in video games, but rarely as fans have wanted. And honestly, most attempts have been kind of underwhelming. Freddy, Jason, Leatherface, and Ghostface have showed up in Mortal Kombat. Not only that, but also in Dead by Daylight. Now, Jason did get his own multiplayer focus game titled Friday the 13th the Game. It was fun, of course, but these games don't fully capture what makes these killers so terrifying. They're either reduced to multiplayer gimmicks, unlockable skins, or one-note mechanics. And see, that's the frustrating part, because slasher horror is perfect for gaming. Ghostface is the ultimate meta slasher. Imagine a game where you're never sure if a phone call is safe to answer. Or let me add another twist. Instead of actually having it be where we're trying to escape the killer, why not actually be the killer this time? But to understand his or her motives and why they're putting on the mask, why they're seeking this revenge, and make it a very personal story for us to feel the misery that Ghostface feels. I mean, really, that's what it is. It's always a revenge story because they were screwed over in life. That could work pretty well. Or Leatherface, that thrives on chaos. As you're walking through the hallways in the Texas house, have Leatherface be incorporated like Mr. X was in Resident Evil. When he's getting closer, you start hearing that chainsaw revving and him throwing it around just like how he does in the end of the movie. That's pretty terrifying. And Freddy, well, he's perfect for video games, blurring the line between dreams and reality and messing with the player's perception just like how he messes with his victims. Think about it, for example, The Medium, where they have two worlds, right? Have Freddy be incorporated into something like that, where you as the victim have to escape Freddy's madness. The blueprints for the terrifying gameplay is already there, but instead of leaning into it, we usually get just shallow cash-ins or just online party games. And there's nothing wrong with the online, but it never captivates the true horror that made these characters great. The sad truth is that slasher icons have rarely been given the respect in gaming that they have in film. But that's not all of them. That I will give it to the Friday the 13th developers, which again, it was more of a fun game, but it did capture the spirit of the later Friday the 13th films. I mean, when you really think about it, look at Resident Evil 7 with the Baker family. That literally took the inspiration from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and they did it. So why can't the actual people that own the licensing, the property of Leatherface, do that? However, not all of them have been bad though. A few years ago, Alien Isolation came out, and it was the entire game designed around tension, survival, and atmosphere. It wasn't just fan service, it was an experience. People felt dread. I mean, I would see playthroughs of people just being terrified of just peeking around the corner and making sure that the xenomorph doesn't see them or hear them. Respect the source material, respect the horror icons. That's what we want. However, we are starting to see signs of a revival. For example, the Hellraiser game that's in the works. That one promises to explore Clive Barker's, I probably totally butchered it, strong themes in sadomasochism. What's cool is that the developers actually said that they're holding nothing back and they're trying to give us the most authentic Hellraiser experience, something as close that we would get from the movies. Craziest thing is that Pinhead has never had a video game ever, and he only appeared for a short limited time in Dead by Daylight. Now, Pinhead isn't the only one that's getting a video game, but Michael Myers is actually getting his full-fledged actual game ever since his release in the Atari 2600. That was a long time ago, and I feel like a character as popular as him, especially with the trilogy that just happened, it's well overdue. Now, the gameplay really reminds you of the Friday the 13th game that was released a few years ago. There are a lot of similarities to it, especially how Michael can teleport in a sense in different sections of Haddonfield, similar to how Jason just randomly appears throughout like the camp in Camp Crystal Lake. But at least this is apparently having a story mode. Now, they haven't really fully got in depth into it, but I hope it ends up being good. As time goes on, the horror genre keeps growing in popularity, with Silent Hill making a comeback, Resident Evil releasing its new entry, Hideo Kojima announcing OD. It's looking amazing, and I feel like these horror icons that were in the movies deserve a spot in the video game world. Alien Isolation did it, and it worked out fantastic. Hellraiser looks great. Halloween, I'm a little skeptical on it, but I think it's going to be fun. It's time to embrace these horror icons more than ever. And I feel if these two games hit it off well, we can be looking at more horror slasher games coming out in the near future. Now, if you excuse me, I gotta go play with some power.